In the Dark Souls universe, there are powerful deities who wield enchanted weapons or utilize powerful spells to dispatch their foes. We've already seen what modern weaponry can do in these times, thanks to my previous video. However, there is one thing we have yet to use: the Apache helicopter.
An Apache helicopter has machine guns and missiles. It is an unbelievably impressive complement of weaponry.
Going along with our series for the remastest mod by Inferno Plus, there is a change made to the Gargoyle's halberd. It might be more than this halberd, but I tried a few others and it didn't have this specific move, so I'm not entirely sure on that. Anyways, there is a change to the heavy attack that allows the halberd to spin faster on its subsequent spins and allows the user to temporarily lift themselves off the ground and become a helicopter for a brief time. This, as you could imagine, can be quite broken. Seeing as how we tried modern weapons, I figured modern weaponized vehicles was the next evolution. Real quick, I want to take a brief moment here to say thank you once again. These past couple weeks have honestly just been insane, to say the least. The support on the videos and the channel is something I never thought would have happened, let alone happen that fast. I truly am grateful, and I cannot express how much you all watching and all your comments mean to me. Thank you all so much, and also this commenter, I got you. Here you go. Okay, I'll get on to the video now, but seriously, thank you. Once again, I try to read each and every one's comments, so if you do leave a comment, I will try to make sure I respond to it, and if not, then I'll at least harder to make sure you know I saw it. So starting our run, I had a few ideas for names, but ultimately I settled on Spin to Win. I also gave myself the halberd unupgraded, as I could only acquire it a bit later in the run, and I wanted to use it for the full run, so that's why I have it in the Undead Asylum. I wasn't taking the Asylum Demon as a good indicator of our performance, seeing as how I was using a pretty OP weapon for the tutorial. I also wanted to only use the helicopter attack for the run. I think there's occasionally sometimes where I don't, but usually I just try to use only the helicopter attack. We left the Asylum and got to Firelink as usual. I did our depth skip so we could get our armor for the run, and I actually made it easier because I could just use the helicopter move to just fly my way over the gap. I went with the Jester set from DS2, as I figured it was fitting for the run. I also realized how much new armor was added, so I would probably switch up the armor later on. Taurus Demon actually taught me a pretty cool lesson in that at the end of the helicopter attack, you can actually do a plunging attack on the way down since you're high enough off the ground to do so. So Taurus Demon was extremely easy as we could plunge attack him after we did massive damage to him with the helicopter. I grabbed the Grass Crest shield here even though I know it had been nerfed at this point, and I wouldn't really use it all that much anyways, but I grabbed it just in case. I upgraded our halberd to +3 for as much damage as possible for the gargoyles.
Get yourself killed.
I found here with the Knight in the Cathedral that due to the fast swing speed, we could stagger enemies rather quickly.
Helicopter, helicopter!
We finally found a counter for the Hollows by the Chandler. During the Gargoyles fight, I found out that while I was above them, I could still hit them occasionally, which made this even more OP, as most of the time when I would start up the attack, I would just straight up be dodging most of their sweep attacks and any of their attacks that would just hit low enough. At the same time, I could still be hitting them with my rotors. So the Gargoyles went down pretty easily. We rang the first bell, we went to fight Lautrec, and he was so scared of the Apache helicopter that he just ended up jumping off the edge. In Blighttown, I was curious to see how the helicopter would work on NPCs like Mildred, so when we got invaded, I found out the startup for the attack is deadly, as you can hit them so many times early on, but once you get in the air, most of your attacks will just whiff just because of how high up you are, so it was good, but it could be a little better. We grabbed the Chloranther ring for the stamina regen. Quelaag was up next, and she was actually pretty easy. You could stun her if you managed to hit her human parts with the helicopter, but it was a bit tough to land it just right, although the sheer speed and DPS that this tag had was just insane that she went down super fast anyways. It's like we rang the second bell. I went to Capra Demon next, which was a bit tricky, as if I got hit during the helicopter move, I could be stunned out of it, so I had to be a bit careful with bosses that had huge hitboxes on their weapons or attacks. I grabbed the large Ember in the depths so we could upgrade our halberd to +10 later on. Gaping Dragon was quite fun, as now I had a reliable way to chase his tail when he would raise it and dodge his tail sweeps at the same time. So I got a Great Axe I wouldn't use in the run, and then I helicoptered his face. We grabbed as much large Titanite as we could in Sen's Fortress for our halberd.
Prank him, John.
The NPC here also sold Demon Souls armor, so we grabbed the poster board fit for that, and we would probably use it later. We also bought some large Titanite from him. Using these, we went back to the bonfire where we had got our smithing box, and we got the halberd to +9. Giant that throws the big firebombs went down very fast thanks to his big hitbox and the helicopter move. This was probably the easiest golem fight I've ever had since the Halo video, as we just kept helicoptering him to stagger him quickly, and then we dealt massive damage to him because even when we would go up super high, we would still be able to hit him.
Wait.
Next was Anne Orlando. We beelined for Ornstein and Smo. I wanted to try and bring Solaire with us to the end of the game, so that was our side objective. So we talked to him at the other bonfire. I also got the halberd to +10 here. We summoned our Sunbro for the Ornstein and Smo fight. I opted to go after Ornstein first, as since Smo had a bigger hitbox, we could more reliably hit him in phase 2. The first couple attempts I had with Ornstein and Smo didn't go super well, and most of the time I would just be going after Smo, while Ornstein would hit Solaire into a corner and just keep stun locking him. So it did take us a few attempts to get it just right, but eventually me and Solaire came out on top. Thank you, Sunbro. We grabbed the Lord Vessel. I took the easy way out this time, and I just unalived the big lady to fight Gwendolyn right away. It did mean we had to take out Pinky and the Brain here, which wasn't too bad as we just used our aerial dominance for an easy win.
This man is a threat.
Gwendolyn wasn't too bad, as our helicopter move could take out about half of their health in one move. Gwendolyn went down pretty quickly, and we only had to catch up to them 2 times in order to defeat them. I wanted to try and place the Lord Vessel with Koth this time. So we headed to the Darkroot Garden. We took down the butterfly pretty easily after waiting about 5 minutes for it to come down and let me attack it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Then was the Force Hunters, who I decided to join briefly this time. We talked to our boy Shiva the East, more like Shiva the Deceased, got him. Sif was next, so we couldn't get the special cutscene, but it was alright. Thanks to Sif's size, we could hit him pretty easily. The issue was his maneuverability, as he would jump away mid-helicopter attack most of the time. Once he was down, we went to the New Londo ruins. We defeated the Crestfallen Knight, we grabbed the key to the seal, and we drained the ruins. Then we got the very large Ember for later. 4 Kings had quite a large health pool, but they were still no match for our helicopter move. We could actually dodge most of their moves, as their giant sword would usually go right below us during our helicopter attack. There was only a few moves that actually could hit us during our helicopter move. That was their overhead attacks and their projectiles. Thankfully, they didn't use them too much, so they went down pretty fast. I talked to Koth, and I placed the Lord Vessel with him. Then we went back to Shiva to grab a few items from him, and then we got the flip ring from the ninja. We joined the Dark Race with Koth, we took the very large Ember to Andre, and we got our halberd to +13. I went to fight Havel so we could get his ring and be able to actually use the fluted set from Demon Souls for the rest of the run. Then we went to the Catacombs. As Arthur Morgan would say,
Vamos! Vamos!
Pinwheel was laughably easy, probably the easiest fight I've had with him, which is crazy considering my past runs. We got outplayed by Patches. We actually got to save Irina from her simps this time, and we also forgave Patches. We had a fun glitch when we fought Leroy Jenkins where we kind of flipped through the floor here, so our attacks that would normally go above the NPC ended up actually just shredding him instead. Nita was also easy, except for his one attack where there was a scream and a giant toxic blade would come out from underneath you. This attack could actually stagger us out of the helicopter, and Nito for whatever reason really liked using it this time, so he ended up using it quite a bit. His big blast attack could also knock us out of it, which was a little weird since I thought it was mostly just a floor attack, but it was a bit annoying, but the sheer damage we had made the fight easy nonetheless.
You what?
Going along with saving Solaire, I joined the Chaos Servant Covenant, and after offering many humanity, we unlocked the shortcut. From there, we had to take out Ceaseless Discharge, who went down very quickly. Most of this fight was just waiting for him to get into position. Kirk wanted to try and square up, but he was no match for
An Apache helicopter.
Sunlight Maggots were a bit annoying having to run them down with the helicopter attack, but eventually we took them out. I just ended up unaliving all of them to try and be safe to make sure that we saved Solaire. Then to be extra safe, I didn't rest at any bonfire for the Demon Fire Stage, Centipede Demon, or Beta Chaos. So I was trying to be careful during all of these fights, as if I did get defeated, then I wouldn't really have a close bonfire to respawn at. The Demon Fire Stage was actually a bit of a challenge, as his big explosion attacks that he spams would easily knock us out of our helicopter moves. So it took us a little while to get the helicopter off properly, but when we did, he went down super fast. Centipede Demon kept spamming his long-range Centipede Arm attack, I don't know what to call it, which kept forcing us out of the helicopter move as well. We summoned Solaire for the quest, so once Solaire had taken a bit of the aggro, we managed to get some good hits off on the Centipede Demon and take him out. We checked in on Solaire. How you doing, bud?
Why? After all this searching, I still cannot find it.
Great. We asserted dominance over the Chaos Witch and Kirk. Bed of Chaos is a boss that exists, and we have to fight it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. Next, we took out the Crystal Warrior, and during the fake Seath fight, we used the helicopter move to get out of bounds on accident, so I had to move myself back into the normal area so that I could be defeated. The real Seath only took one helicopter to go down, which was pretty cool. I had a comment on my last video that was telling me that the big crystal ball in the middle of his character model took more damage, and the tails that I previously thought just took normal damage anywhere, so we went with that. So I think that helped us take him down much faster. Next up was the DLC, so Hydra down, pendant acquired, and we got abducted by the Hand. Sanctuary Guardian was very annoying, as the lightning projectiles it shot out were either aimed very well or had good tracking, as during the helicopter attack, he would pretty much always hit us. So when we did hit him, we did it with extreme malice, and we took our revenge. The Artorias fight felt kinda awkward. Obviously no bosses were made to fight this sort of build, but Artorias felt more awkward than the rest. He went down fast, but the timings were just off.
Helicopter, helicopter!
We helped Siren out by giving her Artorias' soul. I mean, I wasn't gonna do anything with it anyways. The goat Goff took down my boy Calamite. I feel like it might become a running joke at this point, but I forgot to record the footage of me defeating Calamite, as I thought my software was recording, but it turned out that I didn't start it in the first place, so I don't have anything to show here once again. Just know it was one of the easiest fights I've had against Calamite. We took out our boy Chester Cheetah, although his crossbow was very annoying. We saved Sif. Manus was also a bit awkward, as he was so big, most of his attacks would just hit us out of the helicopter attack anyways, so I'd have to sort of move in a circular motion to try and avoid it. We were truly embracing the helicopter here. He did take a minute too, as he had quite a bit of health and defenses, or one or the other, I'm not sure. All we had was the Painted World left, so Stray Demon it is. Basically, it was the same as Demon Fire Sage, except it was a bit easier since he kept spamming his attacks on the opposite side of the arena and made it a lot easier for me.
Mission failed.
We grabbed the doll, went in the painting. With the helicopter, we could actually skip the entire area by flying over the dragon butt and going straight to Priscilla, so this was the fastest run I've had in the Painted World. Koth gobbled us up one last time. We went to make sure Solaire was ready at the shortcut.
Was it all a lie? Oh, my dear son.
Frampt was also really mad at us, but I mean, we don't really care at this point.
Sorry, fool. You could not be the chosen one.
We filled up the big bowl. We summoned our Sunbro one last time for the end. Between my helicopter and Solaire's sheer awesomeness, we still unlocked Gwen for most of the fight, and down went the zombie Gwen.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell.
We went with the Lord of Hollows ending here, as I felt Spin to Win was making more bad choices than good in this run, and we'd been doing the first flame ending the last couple of times, so try to mix it up a little bit. So with that, Dark Souls was beaten by an Apache helicopter. This one was really fun, and it was mostly just due to its moveset and all the things you could do with it. Obviously, this was an easy run, but it was more for fun than a challenge. I want to thank anyone and everyone once again for the recent support. I'm just in complete and total awe, and I appreciate everyone so much. Also, check out the remastest mod by Infernal Plus. The effort that they put into this mod is just absolutely insane. I love every second of it. Anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is wherever you're watching this. And as always, take it easy, guys.
Our Lord hath returned.